Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to do a shorter presentation of this morning's live stream about the death of Juice Wrld, December 8th, 2019, this infamous day in music history, a date that many musicians and entertainers have died on, including John Lennon and Dimebag Darrell. So, let's start right here with the question in mind: did Juice Wrld plan and fake his death? Is this a hoax? And before we even go any further, let me just partly answer that question. It wouldn't have been him that planned this. It would be the entertainment industry. Because again, we've talked about this for years. Death sells. There's so many suspicious deaths in the world of entertainment. And again, anytime an artist or entertainer passes, their stuff catches fire and their sales go way up. So there's a financial incentive to die if you're in the world of entertainment. And just look at a lot of artists. Once they died, that's when their work became successful. This is a story as old as time. So anyhow, let's go back to this tweet. My goal is to get overly famous, shine for a couple years, then fake my death. And this was posted April 25th, 2017, which is a really interesting date for multiple reasons. So, the language you have to know to see through suspicious deaths in the world of entertainment is Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. And notice how Juice Wrld is spelled on his Twitter handle. Juice, and he actually uses the O in world, and he has 3 Ds at the end. Juice Wrld with 2 extra Ds. And notice that in Gematria, that spelling sums to 128. What day is he dead on? December 8th, 12/8, like 128. Jim Morrison was born on this day. Jim Morrison was found dead in a bathtub, and shortly after his death, his girlfriend who found him dead in the bathtub, she was found dead on April 25th, same date this was posted, 1974. And again, many musicians have died on this day in history, including John Lennon, who Juice Wrld once rapped about. Okay, so what his Twitter handle is encoded with is 128. And I've said it many times before, these celebrity entertainers, again and again, we see how their Twitter handles are encoded, and I don't think it's them that's doing it. I think it's the industry, because who runs the entertainment industry? It's not a secret who it is. People who are Jewish. And this practice of coding numbers into words comes from Jewish mysticism, which is Kabbalah. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, is a Jewish practice. Again, just using the alphabetic order. A's 1, B's 2, C's 3, D's 4, up to Z is 26. Jewish equals 74, English 74, Gematria 74, Masonic 74, occult 74, killing 74, rappers 74, very special number. Okay, so he has this song out there as well, and he raps about what's the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21. And again, he's died exactly 27 weeks after his father, who passed June 2nd, 2019. More on that in a little bit. Again, this young man's dead at age 21. He's dead 6 days after his 21st birthday. If you add 1 through 6 together, it equals 21. The word juice equals 21. Tupac was in the film Juice at age 21. Going back to the date of the tweet, April 25th, that's the 115th day of the year. Special one. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Masonic's 115. So is killing. If you just use the alphabetic order, Twitter is 115. You put out this tweet on the 115th day of the year. April 25th, 17 was also a date with 46 numerology. We talk about this number again and again if you watch today's earlier presentation. We went through a lot of deaths over the years, and 46, 46, 46, it always comes up. The word sacrifice equals 46. Again, Genesis 46 begins with the sacrifice. Lucid Dreams, his popular song, 46. That message put out on the date with 46 numerology. The word rap also equals 46. As for the 3Ds at the end of his Twitter handle, of course it helps give you the Gematria value of 128, but there's something else that's interesting about the encoding of DDD at the end. D's the fourth letter, so it's 444. Think about the Jay-Z album, 444. If you multiply the alphabetic order times 6, remember how we just had rapper, killing, Masonic, occult, Gematria, English, Jewish, they're all 74? 74 times 6 is 444. So all those words in what's known as the Sumerian cipher, where A's 6, B's 12, C's 18, just counted by 6, they're all 444. So a lot encoded in that handle, Juice Wrld Triple D. Now again, if you have not read my book, by the way, my book, which was for sale on Etsy, which is owned by Jewish folks in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York equals 74 like Jewish. They banned my book on the 74th day of the year. And they never gave me the reason why, but the reason that I imagine they banned it for was, first of all, I'm putting out their secret language and how it's used in the world to murder people and other terrible things. Start wars, stage false flag propaganda, etc., etc. But something else that I write about in that book is the evidence of how false Jews, the people that are mostly referred to as Jewish, stole the identity of the real Jews from the Bible, who are people of darker complexions, people who have hair of wool. Anyway, that book was banned March 15, 2019 by Etsy, the 74th day of the year, and not by accident. Anyway, the 18th chapter of that book, and you can still get it, I'll link it as the top pinned post. Again, the book's nearly 800 pages. You only got to read the first 5 pages to get your money's worth, but it is nearly 800 pages long. It's just $5. I'll pin it where you can get it in the top post when I'm done with the video. Anyhow, the 18th chapter, I talk about how 42 and 59 always come together in these negative rituals, sometimes death, sometimes shaming, again and again, 42 and 59. The name Juice Wrld, the way you spelled it without the O, 42. The N-word's 42. When you write out 21, his age of death, it's 42. The name Jackie's 42, and the list goes way on from there. Tuskegee and a million other things. February, Black History Month, is 42. February ends on the 28th, which is the 59th day of the year. The two numbers that always come together in these rituals, 42 and 59. Today's date, December 8, 2019, a date with 59 numerology. Negro, slave, blues, Rasta, they're all 59. And again, we covered the tweet. The movie Juice came out in 92 when Tupac was 21. Again, Juice is 21, like how Juice Wrld's dead at 21. And again, he's dead 6 days after his birthday. If you add 1 through 6 together, it equals 21. He's dead in Chicago, in Midway Airport. Chicago equals 46 in Gematria. Midway Airport equals 73. Sacrifice is 73 and 46. His birth name, Jared Higgins, 73. The surname Higgins is 73 and 46. Again, there's 4 ciphers you want to know. The alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with the rules numerology. That's where Higgins is 73 and Higgins is 46. And then the other 2 are just the alphabetic order in reverse. So Z is 1, back to A is 26, and then that order with the rules of numerology, that's where Jared Higgins is 73. On his Instagram, this was his last post, covering his eye. You see this all the time with the entertainers. You know, Mac Miller with the one eye symbolism just for his death. You see it again and again. He posted this same post on March 7th, and then he posted it again on his birthday, the exact same post. March 7th, which can be written 7-3 like sacrifice, and then on his birthday, 6 days before his death, covering up the eye, the one eye symbolism, with a rose in his mouth. And the word rose is 21 as well. Posted this on his 21st birthday. And rose, symbolic of the rose cross or the Rosicrucians, is a symbol for secrecy. Just like the one eye is a symbol relating to secret societies. Rosicrucian. The word Freemasonry equals 58. Rosicrucians 58. Secret societies 58. King James, who was a Freemason and Rosicrucian, dropped dead unexpectedly at age 58. If you measure from March 7th to the day he died, it's a span of 277 days. Again, that's when he first posted this, March 7th. Span of 277 days. That's the 59th prime number, to go with the 59 date numerology of his death. So today, December 8th, 12/8, like how we write it in the US, 12 in numerology is 1 plus 2 is 3. So in numerology, the date is 3/8, like 38. Just like how his album Death Race for Love came out on March 8th, 3/8. Again, when I first began this research in 2013, I just started to go back and look at suspicious events in history. And one of the first things I looked at was the death of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., and I saw they both died on dates with 38 numerology. And right away I noticed the word death equaled 38. And then I noticed rapper was 38 and killing was 38. And then when I learned reverse gematria, I realized murder was 38 as well. You know, back then I knew death, rapper, killing, all 38. Then I learned about to decipher with the alphabetic order in reverse. And I was like, wow, murder's 38, RIP's 38. So Death Race for Love came out on 3/8. Today has the 3/8 connection. It's why so many musicians have died on this date. John Lennon was shot with a .38 caliber pistol on this date. Dimebag Darrell was murdered on stage by a 38-year-old man on this date. There's a whole lot more to it too. Again, you can read about it in my book for all the more important details, but 38 is the point. Shows up again and again. The name of the album, Death Race for Love, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, sums to 274. His last day on this earth, his last full day on this earth was December 7th, 274 days after the release of the album. And then he died on his 275th day from the release of the album, just like how Nipsey Hussle died on the day, leaving 275 days left in the year. Again, there's still some things I don't know about this code. There might be something about 275 that I don't understand yet. His cause of death is said to be a seizure. Seizure sums to 86, like blood sacrifice. Earlier this year, we talked about the death of his father on June 2nd, and how his father died 86 days after the release of the album Death Race for Love, March 8th, and then his father died 86 days later. In a moment, we'll talk about the viral challenge on TikTok, the Lucid Dreams Challenge, and the 86 ritual with that. But yeah, just realize the coding of a seizure, we've seen this before. That's just language for 86 to get rid of. And again, it doesn't make sense. Most people don't die from seizures. They say that he was picked up at the airport after having a seizure, taken to the hospital, and he died at the hospital. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Again, these celebrity deaths often never do. If you're still alive after your seizure and the paramedics come and get you, you're probably going to be straight. Really, the only way you die from a seizure is like if you fall and crack your head wide open, snap your neck, you know. Also, from his father's death on June 2nd to his death December 8th, 27 weeks on the nose, 27 weeks. The word ritual is 27. You know, again, he has those lyrics about forget the 27 club, we're not making it past 21. Predictive programming. But notice seizure with the alphabetic order is 103. With the reverse alphabetic order, that's where it's 86. And again, that's why you got to know it both ways. Seizure is 103, the 27th prime, dead 27 weeks after his father. And in light of dying on the same day as John Lennon, from what I understand, this song, All Girls Are the Same, was his first song that made him popular. And in there, he references John Lennon's Jealous Boy song. I'm a jealous boy, really feel like John Lennon. I just want real love, guess it's been a minute. So anyway, John Lennon reference, John Lennon dead on this day in history, 39 years ago. He was also on tour with Nicki Minaj earlier this year. He dies on her birthday. You know, Nicki Minaj is going to turn 38 next year. We'll see what happens on her 38th birthday. As for this viral TikTok challenge, I guess TikTok is a video streaming application for young entertainers from what I read about. But check this out. in the months leading up to his death, there's been a challenge on there to listen to the song Lucid Dreams by Juice Wrld and to pretend you're having a seizure. I mean, this just goes to show how sick the entertainment world is, how synced up and planned and coordinated all is. And I mean, what is this anyway? To promote young people to imitate it? I mean, it's just, the whole thing's just sick. But anyway, notice TikTok equals 86 like seizure. And you see they got all these young people on there that don't have a clue about Gematria. Probably the same type of young dumb people that would call in and troll the last live stream that I did. You know? And thinking this is funny. I mean, there's nothing funny about this, really. Imitating having a seizure. People who suffer from seizures, epilepsy, that's not funny. You know? So anyway, TikTok's 86 like seizure. And what it was called was the Lucid Dreams Challenge. That's what it was called on the platform, to listen to the song and fake like you're having a seizure. The Lucid Dreams Challenge, which sums to 86, alphabetic order and rules of numerology. For a minute, YouTube had my live stream frozen on 8.6K views. More like for an hour they had it frozen there. For the people calling in right now, I'm not going to pick up the phone. I'm just trying to do a shorter presentation. I did a 5-hour live stream earlier, and it was 5 hours because I took 1,000 phone calls. I'm just trying to condense this information. So anyway, in a bizarre and now chillingly prophetic trend, fans of the now-deceased Juice Wrld faked seizures to his song Lucid Dreams as part of the TikTok challenge. The popular video platform allows users to create videos. The challenge was usually called the Lucid Dreams Challenge. According to videos showing people doing the challenge, people participating in the challenge were supposed to spit out water or other liquid. They look like they are having seizures. Anyway, poorly written article about a sick joke. Now, for a little bit more about the one-eye symbolism, his last Instagram post before his death, that symbol is often associated with the Eye of Providence. The Eye of Providence is also what's on the dollar bill. And no doubt Juice WRLD's music's making more dollar bills today than it has probably ever before. But notice, Eye of Providence is 86, just like symbol, just like triangle, like pyramid. See how nicely it all comes together? Again, they use this number all the time, just like how earlier this year we talked about his father dying 86 days after the release of his album. And this TikTok platform, the company that owns it's called ByteDance. Notice ByteDance sums to 47, like the word time, tick-tock, like the sound associated with a clock, time. Tick-tock, time. ByteDance 47, time 47. The Masons, they set the compass at 47 degrees in tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid, like how the tropics of this earth, which measure the solstices, are 47 degrees apart. And Juice WRLD's girlfriend, she's got this tattoo. And you can make it out. It's the square and compass with an all-seeing eye in the middle. See that? The 47 degrees right on her body. And his full name, Jared Anthony Higgins. Notice what it sums to, 96 like Freemason. Freemason's also 42 like Juice WRLD. Again, when you add the divisors of 42 together, they sum to 96. The word knowledge is 96 and 42. The word math's 42. The Masons, their symbol, the capital G, instruments of geometry, the compass, the square, mathematics. His album, Death Race for Love, also has the Gematria value of 158 like Freemasonry. Again, Freemasonry controls the industry. The day his father died, June 2nd, 2019, was a date with 47 numerology as well. The word Mason, 62. The word sacrifice is 62. And for one last thing, in the last live stream I did, somebody called up and asked if I could look into the newer music video, Hearteater. by XXXtentacion, another person who died by the code. And a new song came out by him more than a year after his death. And in the song is his girlfriend eating what's supposed to be his body. Kind of like a zombie. And check this out. The music video with his girlfriend, and the music video is pretty sick. I mean, it's really sick, actually. The music video came out October 25th, 2019, which was a date with a life lesson number of 47. Hearteater is 47. Getting 47 degrees on the Masonic compass. And the song came out 3 days before that, October 22nd. Notice the song's 2 minutes and 16 seconds long. When I talked about his death, I talked a lot about 216. XXX, his full name, is Jose Dwayne Onfroy, which sums to 216. The name Jose in the Sumerian cipher is 666. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. X is the 24th letter. The numerology of 24 is 2 plus 4 is 6. So XXX at the beginning of his name is 666. See how they do it? They make a song, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. They couldn't be any more sick. 666 is the number of the beast. And speaking of beast, just beast with the alphabetic order, sums to 47. If you have not seen the film, Rosemary's Baby, watch that film. The name for Lucifer or Satan or the beast in that film is Adrian. And what the film is about an entertainer who's trying to move his way up in the world, so he makes a deal with the devil and he has to sell out the people around him. That's why the people around him start dying. Rosemary's Baby. In that film, in the beginning of the film, a woman is believed to have committed suicide, but really she's murdered. In the beginning of the film, she jumps out a window, or that's what you think. And in the scene where they're showing, her dead on the ground, there's a Beetle, a Volkswagen Beetle in the background. That same spot where she dies is the same spot where John Lennon was shot. John Lennon was shot at that same spot. That movie is filmed where John Lennon ended up dying. John Lennon of the Beatles, a beetle in the background in the same spot. Again, it's predictive programming. It's no different than what we started with here. This is the more in-your-face predictive programming. My goal is to get overly famous, shine for a couple years, then fake my death. And then again, he ends up dying on the same day as John Lennon, having rapped in a song about John Lennon. But yeah, if you've never seen the movie Rosemary's Baby, definitely check out that movie, because it's about what's going on. Now look at this. From the day that XXXtentacion died, June 18th, 2018, which by the way was a date with 42 numerology and 62 numerology. 42, the number stamped all over Black history, sacrifice 62. But from his death to the release of the song, October 22nd, and again the music video was October 25th, but the release of the song was 491 days later. And why does that matter? Well, notice 491 is the 94th prime number. And why does that matter? Because it's his girlfriend that's in the music video eating his body, and look at what her name is. Geneva Iaya? Maybe pronouncing it wrong, but however it is pronounced, her name sums to 94. So that's the big story of the music video. The song relates to her. It's her eating his body. You see how perfectly coordinated it is? Just like every detail about his death was by the numbers. Just like every detail that's come out, his mom wanting the car back and all that, it's all been perfectly by the code. And again, it just shows you how sick the industry is. October 25th, the day that the music video came out, that's the day leaving 67 days left in the year. Blood Sacrifice is 67, Satanic 67, Killer 67, number that shows up around suspicious deaths all the time. John Lennon's killer, what was encoded in his name was 67. The song released on October 22nd, 1022, 122, the key digits. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Satanic's 122. Remember, you had the death of the Oracle CEO on that day earlier this year, Mark Hurd, whose name equaled 122. I did a video on that. I said, just watch. I said, just watch when the Golden State Warriors play. I bet you they score 122 points in the first game, and sure enough, they did in a loss. Golden State equals 122, Warriors 121, Golden State Warriors 108. Just go look at Warriors box scores. 122, 121, 108 all day. Because they use technology to ensure the rigged outcomes of these games. And again, the whole world of entertainment, from the NBA to the NFL to the MLB to the MLS to Hollywood to these recording studios, it's all controlled by the same people. They execute everything by this code. They rig everything by this code. They script everything by this code. It's just undeniable. We've been documenting it for years, calling out things before they happen. One last point about this young woman. This is the same woman in the music video that's eating the body. I just noticed she has a tattoo here in about the same place that Juice Wrld's girlfriend has the Masonic compass tattooed. And again, you just start to see just there's more to these tattoos than meets the eye. So many of the young rappers have tattoos all over their faces, crosses. Again, the reason so many young rappers have the cross on their faces, again, with the alphabetic order, crosses 74, rappers 74, Masonic 74, killing 74, occult 74, Jewish is 74. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Tupac 74, his rap alias Machiavelli 74. Kanye West just did the Jesus album on the 74 date. Just again and again. Same old stuff. And speaking of which, this date right here, Hearteater, it was a date with a life lesson number of 47. It was also a date with 74 numerology. 10 plus 25 plus 20 plus 19. Another path to break it down is 74. So I hear the phone calling, ringing nonstop in the background. I'm sorry, guys. I was on for a live stream earlier, 5 hours, a 5-hour live stream. So I'm not going to take calls right now. Hit me up on the radio show this Wednesday when I do the next live stream. I just wanted to make a more condensed video. I want people to see this information. Again, been putting this out for 6 years. I'd have hundreds of thousands of subscribers if Google hadn't deleted my channel 20 times. Here we are on the 20th channel. Every time we get up in the 70,000 subscriber range, we get deleted again. And each time we get deleted, it's harder to get people back. It's harder to get views. It's harder to get likes. So it's called censorship. And that's why I need all of you out there to share these videos on social media, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram. I need you guys to help get the word out about this information, because honestly, for as good a work as I've done for 6 years, it's not my fault that it hasn't reached more people. I'm being censored. It's that the community of people who follow me, you guys don't do a good enough job help sharing this work. And I see your guys' comments, well, people make fun of me. Well, I guess you're a coward then if you're afraid of being made fun of. You got to help share this work. If you want a bunch of likes and positive comments back, and that's the only reason you share stuff, that's weak. The truth is, if you share this and you got some negative comments, there's probably some people who watched it who were too scared to reply who did appreciate it. So if we're going to beat the censorship, it's going to be more people, sharing the work. So we'll leave it there, you guys. I'll be back sooner than later. Until next time.